Okay, there are many features, bells and whistles, if you like, out there that customers want to use, and we'd like to offer them. But we can't because a lot of them rely on third-party apps, third-party services, and we need to be able to support everything fully to offer it as one of our services. So what we've done is we've created U-mee Labs, which is a platform on which we can release these features and make things easy for our customers to use these things, which are very often complicated and which are reserved for the geeks out there who know what they're doing. Um, and it's also because we can't support it, we've launched at the same time our U-mee community, which is a forum. And what we're essentially doing is allowing our own customers to help each other. So if anybody has an issue, anybody has a problem or needs help with one of these services, these features, they can post on the forum and we'll get help from others who are in the same boat and are probably trying things out themselves. And there'll be people out there who know what they're talking about and will hopefully participate and help those who aren't quite sure on what they're doing.
And together with the launch of U-mee Labs, you're including now an advanced DNS feature. This is not something that most users might be familiar with. Some people might be, but for the average user, what are you going to enable them to do?
It'll easily allow them to change the DNS settings on the router, which allows them to do things like filter the content that they're getting, remove geographic restrictions, and other bits and pieces. The options we have will include DNSs that are used for example, for some gamers prefer a particular DNS to get a better gaming experience. There's some DNSs there that allow you to filter pornography, so protect your children from malicious sites and stuff. Malware as well, some of the options as well. And the one most people would be most interested in is a smart DNS service that removes geographical restrictions and will allow you to use streaming apps which are currently restricted without the service.
So you mentioned that users in Gibraltar will now be able to access subscription programs and things that were previously unavailable to them, that were perhaps geo-locked. What sort of thing will they now be able to access?
Pretty much everything they can now if they were to purchase these services themselves directly. Many customers you'll find will already own a VPN or own some sort of DNS proxy that allows them to do this. All we're doing is making it very easy for them to configure it on the home router, which is what you need to do to be able to use them on all your devices in the house, rather than very often having to configure each device individually. And additionally, it's free of charge to our users, whereas otherwise they'd normally have to pay for the service.
People in Gibraltar might be aware that there have been somewhat thorny issues related to the provision of content and media in Gibraltar. Is there going to be any legal issues encountered by users?
There's nothing illegal about changing your DNS settings. People do it all over the world, except Iraq, Iran, China, and places like that. And the services that we're offering can be bought off the shelf as well. People in Gibraltar are already using them. All we're doing is removing the technical barrier and giving the customers the control that they want to be able to choose and use whatever apps they want. But with regards to the apps, they'd purchase it themselves, they'd agree to the terms and conditions themselves, they're in control. What we're simply doing is facilitating the whole thing.